Hello, thank you for joining me for another video. This one's going to be about a topic I'm not too happy about. John Jones, sorry, Conor McGregor versus Dustin Poirier. So, uh, if you follow my content, you'll know how I feel about this fight. It's a pure money fight, and I'm not going to go into it, but if you'd like to know my thoughts on the topic, please go back to the video titled, what was it? It was titled Connor Dustin Poirier 3 should not happen. I'll put a link on the description to that video. But anyway, it's official. It's happening on the 10th of July, UFC 264, close to my birthday. So it's going to be a really good uh, sort of birthday gift because as much as I don't want this fight to happen, I'm gonna still watch it. It's still gonna be entertaining. Um, and let this video be the official video where I say I'm gonna accept this fight happening. I'm not gonna bitch about it anymore, or I'll try not to. Um, but yeah, it's happening on the 10th of July. Now, my prediction, as early as now, it's going to be Dustin. So yeah, put your money on Dustin. Uh, why Dustin? Now it's interesting. I mean, if you're a big fan of this sport, if you're also someone who trains martial arts and you've developed an eye for watching fights where you see movements that the typical casual person doesn't see, right? You're this kind of person. You would have seen in the last fight. You would agree with me that this fight that happened a month ago, I think, or more, yeah, more. It was a one-sided fight on the side of Dustin Poirier. Connor got his ass handed to him. I didn't see any in terms of the competitive value of the fight. Now, if Chael Sonnen heard me saying that, he probably doesn't know who I am, but he'd probably take a shot at me for coining that phrase. But the competitive value of the fight was very low, um, meaning Dustin just dominated him from sheer skill, experience, whatever you want to call it, strength, speed, all of it. And it's interesting because going into this fight, I came across this earlier and it was just so funny to look at. It says Connor tweeted, here it is. Dustin is a good fighter. Oh no, this was in an interview. He's even a great fighter, but great is still levels below me. Levels, plural, right? I'll kick Dustin out. I'll knock Dustin out inside 60 seconds. Now post fight, seeing as the actual outcome has been seen, it's funny to look at that phrase because if we unpack this statement, but great is still levels below me. Okay, the opposite is what I saw in the fight. I saw Dustin being, I don't know how many, but several levels above Conor McGregor. And when we see a fight like that, usually the one who is levels below the fighter, doesn't fight that guy again for a while until he gets on that level, until everyone agrees he's on that level. Certainly won't be fighting people above his level, the level of the guy who just beat him, or around him. People that we, the fans and the organization, consider to be, you know, several levels above him. So with Conor, what we're seeing is a special case, you know, arguably the biggest fighter. Now, the word biggest here is very interesting, but the biggest fighter ever for the sport, the richest fighter, the one who has uh, attracted the most eyeballs. Okay, Conor, he's a special case because now, after getting dominated by Dustin Poirier, he gets another chance to dominate Justin Poirier. Kind of reminds me of the same attitude of Colby Covington. Now, Colby Covington has a better argument because the competitive value that Colby had against Kamaru Usman was a lot higher. He took a lot of damage, but dished out a lot of damage as well. And, he went down on a shield on that fight. The same cannot be said for Poirier McGregor, too. Poirier out skilled him, out punched him, out boxed him, even if Conor was apparently focusing too much on boxing. What does that say? Someone who's focusing too much on boxing got outboxed by Dustin Poirier. That means you suck. That means right now you suck. Conor, at one point, okay, I'm talking about through early 2011 up to 2016, those 5 years, maybe up to late 2016, almost 6 years that he's fought, that he was very good, dominant, and dangerous. But that's not the Conor we're seeing anymore. When he fought Khabib, when he fought Cerrone, when he fought Mayweather and Dustin, he lost four out of those three fights. The one he won was not even some people even call it a fluke. Okay, doesn't show. I mean, if that fight maybe went the distance and was just a showcase of Conor McGregor dominating and controlling the fight, that's a different story. Or if he was able, basically, what I'm saying is the fight didn't really last long enough to show anything. It just showed that like Conor can still knock people out and stop fights. And that's what he's been doing. That's his thing. Conor still has a little bit of Conor in him. That's all really that fight showed me. Conor has a little bit of old Conor in him. Um, and it's good he got that fight. I feel like the reason why we're still relevant, why he's still as relevant as he is, maybe because he beat Donald Cerrone. But anyway, am I bitching now about it? But it's gonna happen. The thing is, I really feel like this is gonna be another showing of Dustin, dominating McGregor on many levels. I think Dustin is many level or a few levels above Conor. I don't know how many, but he is. And within what is it? Conor McGregor 2 was what 6 month 1 month ago. This is happening in no, when was it? That was in January. We're in April, so that was late January. So in 5 months, right, or 6 months, let's say, or 5.5 months, how many levels can you achieve? How many levels can you get to? Do you think Dustin is going to be on the same level? He's going to train hard as he usually does. He never slacks. So you're saying how many levels can you get to in 6 months? And assuming your opponent decides to stay on his level, what if Dustin it shows to be one or two times two levels better than he was in their first fight, and Conor is like a few levels more, but still not on the same level. I mean, that's a tall order. This is a tall order for Conor. People don't see it. The comments I see, a lot of people are under the impression that Conor should be the favorite in this fight, that he's gonna finish it early still, even after the second fight happened. Um, I also said in my first video, and another reason you should watch it, excuse me, is the argument that I don't think the first fight should have been stopped. I feel like there were some illegal back of the head shots that Connor landed on Dustin that should have either. you know, taken points away from Connor, or at least, I mean, it could have been a disqualification, shot to the back of the head. Why wouldn't that disqualify you? It could, depending on factors. But either way, I'm still stuck with the thing that fight shouldn't have been stopped when it was, but it was. So that fight also was a fluke in my opinion. So, and people today who don't follow the sport, they just see, oh yeah, well, who's more famous? I mean, I've never really heard about Dustin Poirier. Only that first time they fought, but Connor's gonna fight him again. This time, I think Connor's gonna get it. People, that's the mainstream argument here. Of course, the guy I see all the time on TV, on the ads, the big shot on the internet, on social media. Of course, he's gonna win. There's a reason why I'm always seeing him because he's probably better, and he just lost. I mean, fighters lose all the time. This might be the way people think. I mean, look, man, Connor has a very, very tall order here, and it should have happened in this loss. But I would, if he doesn't win this fight, he he should be fading away in obscurity in terms of the fight world. At this point, I don't think Connor has a chance to go another sort of prime to achieve another prime this late in his career. I don't think so. I could be wrong there. He could beat Dustin and beat the next few guys and then go for the gold. I mean, and I'll be totally, totally wrong, and I will address that if it does happen, but I really don't think so. That should have been evident on UFC 257 when he lost against Dustin the second time. But now, I think he's gonna lose. I think he's gonna fade away in obscurity in the fight world. He might still be a figure in social media, obviously a media figure with his whiskey and whatever else. Who knows what he's gonna do at that point? Maybe he'll enter the celebrity boxing world with Jake Paul and Mike Tyson and all that. But at this stage, like, it's just so funny, and I haven't looked at the odds, but if we have some good odds for Dustin, and I hope we do, because I'm gonna make some money off this fight. This is almost a sure win for Dustin, and it's funny that we're seeing it, but I'll still watch it. I'll still stay up for it, and you know. I always like watching Dustin Poirier fight anyway. He's one of my favorite fighters. Um, and it would be good to see him win. And what's next for him after that would probably be him taking on whoever wins the uh, mm, Oliveira versus Mike Chandler fight. I think that is something because honestly, Dustin's the champ right now. Dustin's the champ. He's the best in that division. There's no belt because Dana's cheap. There's no belt, but he's a champ, and it's messy because for reasons. But yeah, and that's my thoughts, guys. Thank you again if you've reached the end of this video. I do appreciate it. I'm going to continue posting, trying to get more busy on this channel. Please do check out my other channel. I post some stuff there. There's a good couple of videos about my personal channel where I share an experience I had with the Spanish healthcare system and me getting sick. It wasn't COVID apparently, and anyway, I'll post a link for that as well in the description. I hope you do check out those videos on my other channel. Please like and subscribe on this channel. More videos to come, guys. Hope you're having a great day. Peace out.